Hey everybody! Hi. So I know it's been a while, and we're just pretty much going to dive right into what this video is about. And this is going to be about my basically takeaways from SFR. We all know what SFR is. It is our Sensi Family Reunion, and it was just about 2 weeks ago. I learned so much in that time frame to where I was able to incorporate different things from my business that I'm now doing. One of the things that I learned and I really appreciated and enjoyed was something called the fragrance experience. Had no idea what this was going into it. Zero idea. But what ended up happening is we went to about 8 different rooms, 7 to 8 different rooms. However many fragrances we have in our fragrance families, we went to those specific rooms and we were to identify the top notes, mid notes, base notes based off of what we were smelling and the pictures around us. And at that point, before we get to the final room where it revealed the fragrance, we would have been able to know whether or not if we guessed the right fragrance or not. So in that aspect, some things I got right, some things I was slightly off because, I like certain things. So if it wasn't something that I thought about, I'm 100%, I'm sure I got those wrong. But anyway, the things that I learned in that experience was it's more than just the basics. Does that make sense? So we all know our top notes, mid notes, and base notes. We all know that they are layered up. So it might be something as simple as spearmint, vanilla, and orange, right? But when you take those together and you kind of formulate this fragrance, it's going to be something totally different. So that is what that taught us. That taught us to appreciate those layers to figure out what it was. The next thing I thought that was really, really, really exciting was the art of fragrance. What the art of fragrance is or was, I don't have it in here with me, but what it was a class that we sat in where we learned how to be very descriptive when it came to describing a fragrance. It broke down what everything meant. We were able to figure out if you're smelling this, what does that relate to? Remember, scents, they resonate a memory. They resonate a feeling. They resonate something in you to where you would be able to say yay or nay or, oh my God, that reminds me of, like, for example, this tester that I have is called Pretty and Plum, right? Very old school tester. Now, if I smell this, it's still going to have a scent to it. I get things like cinnamon, some hints of vanilla. And you're like, but Naisha, you just said plum. I have no idea what the layers are, but this is what that smells like to me, right? So we're going to try another one. And in this fragrance class, this is called bubblegum. Is this one bubblegum? Yeah, this one is bubblegum. Let's see. See, this is more minty. This has, you can smell the sugar. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then it's like some fancy thing, right? So that's what the art of fragrance was about. The art of fragrance was us taking one fragrance, breaking down the top notes, the mid notes, the base notes, even down to what the texture that you are smelling would feel like fuzzy or cozy or rough or bumpy. When I tell you, we learned that you can smell something you feel, you can smell a color, like, does it smell green, yellow, orange, purple? Like, I would think that those are the type of things that you can't smell. I knew this was business casual, but you can smell them. And then you are to take all of your words and formulate a description. In that, I realized something about myself. I am not good at describing things to where it makes sense for everybody, right? So that is something that I get to work on as I continue to take the art of fragrance classes, not classes, but the training. And I continue to maximize that to the best of my ability. Another thing that I can say that was fun and interactive for me was when we went into our sound bites. And what a soundbite is we sat in a room and different speakers came to talk to us. And I thought that was great, that we didn't have to go to different places. We sat in a place and they were able to come to us and they were able to embark some of the best knowledge on us in that time frame. And I thought that was great. Like, I thought that was amazing. One of the things that resonated to me the most, and this is going to sound crazy for some, but one of those things that resonated to me the most was to always be authentically yourself. So y'all know me. I am crazy. I am fun. I am all over the place. I am always doing something. My office is always a mess, but this is my best workspace, right? I'm always busy. I'm always on the move. But I always put who I am in the forefront. Like, I'm not the perfect person, but this is who I am, right? Like, I will authentically be myself. I love everything about the Scentsy products. Like, when I tell you I love these products, I love these products. I was just talking about samples, and I have this sample pack that I had made, and I just thought that this was a great segue to kind of show who I am. I am this in a pouch, right? Like, I am all of the things put together into one for you to enjoy, right? So being authentically yourself for some people can be scary. Because someone's going to run and say that, oh, well, I don't want that person to judge me. I want them to think I am this, or I want to have this persona of myself that I am like this perfect consultant. I have not met one perfect consultant. And I've met a lot of consultants. I met consultant number one. I've met a lot of people, and a lot of them are not perfect. And if they are perfect, I don't think that is them true. Those are their true selves, or those are how they truly feel about themselves. I meet people who are raw and uncut. I meet people who are okay with making mistakes, are okay with not feeling good today and not wanting to do it. Like, I had to get dressed today to make myself feel better. Like, I was tired of pajamas, so I got dressed, showered, got dressed, t-shirt and leggings, but nonetheless, I feel better about myself, right? That's the type of person I am. I am that person. I am that person that if I'm having a bad day, I'm having a bad day. But I'm going to always make sure I put Scentsy first. I'm going to always put how Scentsy is able to affect me personally, as well as my family and lifestyle, right? And I've learned that when you are publicly showing the product, for example, this lotion. Now, we all need lotion, right? In some aspect, we all need lotion. I will show myself using lotion. And this is Make a Splash, by the way. I will show myself using lotion. I will show all of my empty bottles of lotion and how I am so sad that I don't have any more lotion. Or I will do it before and after. I will wash my hands, and you know what your hands look like after you've washed them. And I'll put lotion on. And I'm going to show you what my hands look like after lotion. Same hands, just feel better. You get what I'm saying? I'm learning how to be more intentional with my postings, which is really important for me. I'm learning how to be more intentional about my postings, not to come off spammy or salesy, which I didn't think were things, but seeing how someone can come off as spammy or salesy, being more authentic is literally just showing how the product works. One of my best ways in all of the land to show how the product works is counter cleaner. Counter clean is the best way to show how, outside of waxes and warmers, okay? Because we all know how waxes and warmers work. One of the best things is to clean your stove, mop your floors, wipe your counters, clean your bathroom, something like that. I am that person. Like, prime example of my life is I have to go do a family trip, and I have to come back. Now, when I come back, I have to deep clean my house because it's time. Like, I deep clean my house quite often. But the purpose of me saying this much is I'm going to deep clean my daughter's bathroom. I usually deep clean the entire house at the same time. But my daughter won't be in the bathroom, so I'll be able to do it better. What does that mean? Is there going to be some things I'm probably going to be ashamed of showing? Absolutely. Am I still going to show a snippet of a big picture? Yeah. Why? Because I want you guys and everyone out there to understand that I'm a real life person that lives a real life, that is busy, that is always on the move, that is always, doing that next thing. And detail cleaning might not be until 2 months from now, right? So think about it like this. You're going to have a lot of things that's going to build up in 2 months. So you're going to do some spot cleaning. You're going to clean, right? But when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, you're going to have something that's going to be like before and after. It's going to be relatively different. Imagine cleaning your stove. I love cleaning my stove using counter clean. Why? Because not to say I let my stove get really dirty, but there are some situations where you're just too spent and you spray a little bit of counter cleaner. I like to let it sit for a couple of minutes. Keep in mind, non-porous items, right? Or areas, I should say. So be very careful what you're using counter cleaner on because you don't want it to ruin the surfaces and stuff like that. You want it to be able to build a barrier. This is why you use it so often. You want it to build that barrier to be able so that dirt doesn't penetrate as easy, right? So if you're cleaning your oven, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes my oven looks a disaster, right? So it's very easy to say, I would never, or I would never show that. I would show it. There was a time where I needed to clean my oven, and my oven was utterly sticky. It was built on, it was like after the holidays too. So y'all already know, after the holidays, it's the worst time ever. So when I took a picture of a before and after, nobody believed that that was a Scentsy product. So what did I have to do? Create a video. And in that video, I am showing my true, authentic self. Yes, my kitchen is a disaster, but here we go. Let's clean it, showing the trueness of the product. That was my key takeaway from that. Like, there was a lot of things I learned, and that was more or less about posting publicly or posting on social media. You don't want to be spammy. You don't want to be salesy, but you do want to be authentically yourself. Taking a picture of this product is good, but taking a picture of the product with me is better. So I hope that makes sense. There was so much more that I got out of SFR. I was able to meet lots of people. Time management is always a big deal for me. Follow-up is always a big deal for me. Recruiting and joining, those are always a big deal for me. But those are things I learn on a regular basis. When you go to SFR, or when I go to SFR, I should say, I'm looking for those big things to kind of stand out. And me figuring out ways to encompass those in my life. So to think of the art of fragrance experience, and then being more authentically yourself, posting on social media. How would I do that? Well, for one, I have a better understanding now of our scents. Like how they're made and how to appreciate them. I'm so sorry. That was so rude. And how to appreciate them. And even more importantly, to identify what smells are in there. We're always going to have those people that are going to be like, I like this, but I don't like this, but I don't know how to word it, right? So, for example, if you like stuff that smells like Christmas trees, right? You like the smell of fresh fern, which is a form of a Christmas tree, right? Pine, something of that nature. There are a couple of scents that if you tell me you like that off bat, because that's one of my favorite smells, I already know what to offer you. But if you're like, I don't like that, but I like something that smells like comfortable, cozy, chocolatey, then I'm going to have to figure out what that is. And with learning about those words and learning about what those words can smell like, it encompasses a different type of experience for me, the consultant, and for you, the customer. I'll get a little bit deeper into that probably in another video of just showing how I am going about identifying those smells and scents and stuff like that. So that's the fragrance side. The being authentic side of my social media posting and just my social presence and my customer base and stuff like that, I am literally going to keep doing this. Like, I am going to keep being my true self. I'm going to keep showing you guys how I use the product. I'm going to keep doing things like doing the dishes on video, cleaning my stove, cleaning sneakers using Counter Clean is the best testament to it all. I'm going to keep doing those things because I'm not perfect. My house can be messy. My shoes can be dirty. I don't have animals, but if I had animals, I'm sure they would be stinky. I would have to show how the products are benefiting me. Yes, we all love our waxes and warmers. Yes, we do. We also need to now fall in love with things like Body Line, laundry, things of that nature, the Scentsy Buddies, things of that nature, right? We need to start getting in touch with those, and it's the same process. Like, I can genuinely say, this is my personal collection behind me, and it's pretty tall, but I can actually say that that's my personal collection behind me. To then say that I have fallen in love with these products for X, Y, and Z reason is an understatement. But it would just be one of those things that I would have to outwardly express and outwardly show. Does that make sense? I really hope it does. But that's me. That was my SFR takeaway moments. There was so much that I learned. There was so much that I would love to talk about, but I don't want to keep you here forever because that can be a whole scenario. I am excited for everything that I was able to intake to be able to output into my business. And yeah, I'm super excited to continue these YouTube journeys because I'm going to get better. But yeah, I love you all. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section below and I will get back to you later.